Place a piece of carbon paper over watercolor paper and then the copy of the dream eye. And then secure with Scotch tape. Start to trace all of the different lines that you would like from the dream eye. Gently remove the Scotch tape, the carbon paper, and the copy of the dream eye. To make sure your iris is circular, we're going to use a jar to trace around the iris. Then measure from the very top of the iris and that which is under the lid. Mark the halfway point both horizontally and then vertically, and draw perpendicular lines. This will help you to center the pupil. You can use any round object for the pupil. I like to erase any pencil lines that I can, the perpendicular lines that go through the pupil and the iris. And then apply color with watercolor pencils. Now we're ready to put a base white color where the highlight in the eye goes and around the iris. We're going to use purple and black to color in the pupil. This creates a wonderful combination. Now take assorted colors that you would like for the iris. You don't have to be precise with this because once you apply water to the watercolor pencils, it's going to smooth these colors. I'm using a combination of blues and greens. Now select from the different colors that you like to create the water or the paint that's dropping from the eye. Now I'm following my guide pretty closely, but I've seen teachers and students create all kinds of lovely renditions of this dream eye. I've seen them put in pine trees. I've seen them create all kinds of different variations. So you don't have to feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing. Part of the fun of the Dream Eye project is to see what students and teachers come up with when they create. I like to outline the iris with some darker blues, and eventually I'll be outlining it with some blacks to create contrast. The more color that you apply to the eye, the more stunning the results will be when you apply water. I'm adding some flesh tone, also a bit of flesh tone inside the eye in the corners. Makes the eye look a little more realistic. I'm adding a deeper maroon pink to the corner of the eye. Followed by some gray, which creates the illusion of the eye receding back into the eye socket. Next, find a color that you'd like and color in the D for the dream. I'm shading the D with some contrasting colors of orange to create some depth. And now adding some color over the eyelid. Make sure you're making your eyelashes swoop down and up. Continue adding some contrast around the iris. Continue adding color to the rest of the eye as you so desire. realized that I'd forgotten to trace some lines, so I'm adding some musical lines. I also realized I forgot to trace the musical notes, so I'm adding the musical notes. You can add any kind of elements that you'd like to your dream eye after you are finished with the image transfer. Use your creativity. It's really a fun activity to just explore different ways to express yourself through this project. Take a paintbrush, dip it in water, and start to apply it to the watercolor pencil. If you feel that you've gotten too much water on the pencil, you can dab it on a paper towel. The watercolor will blend together as you add the water. This is a whole new painting experience because you can drag the watercolor pencil as it's wet to create more lines, more eyelashes, more color, and so forth. At any time, you can add some more color. Sometimes it's fun to dip the watercolor pencil into the water and add the color that way. This creates a creamier application. But I must admit, when working with students, you're going to wear down your watercolor pencils faster this way because the lead becomes soft and it's more difficult to sharpen. If students dip the watercolor pencils in water first, you're going to want to make sure that they're completely dry before you sharpen the pencils. Blend the whites of the eye with some gray and pink. Go back over the white eye reflection. Remove any stray lines that you have. You can apply more black eyelashes and then dip your brush and smooth out the watercolor. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson on how to do a watercolor dream eye using image transfer. You can apply the same principles to transferring any image and using watercolor pencils. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss a lesson. I'm going to have a lot more easy to follow lessons for adults and students on this channel. Thank you and have a nice day.